All right, YouTube, what's up? We're back. Lego building. Lego building. Here we got Hestu. Look at him. Isn't he cute, YouTube? Wow, so cute. But yeah, all right, let's go. Continuing on. We're on box, or not box, number 5. We're on bag number 5. And so we're building this. But okay, chat, we can talk as I build. I gotta start. Dude, I don't know. I'm locking in. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Still waiting for Hello Kitty Island Adventure? Dude, okay. Guys, I have so many games to stream, man. It's just, that's why I apply for game codes now. Now that I'm growing a bit more, I can actually get codes from, like, companies for the games. Which is great, because, like, I can't spend, dude, $70, like, at least 2 to 3 times a month. If I'm dropping $250 a month on games, that's just crazy work, you know? But use code Nightalize on Fortnite item shop. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, God. I think I forget to use my own code. Just use someone's code, man. I don't even care. Don't even use my code, because just use someone's code. I don't care. But why are we talking about Fortnite still? Hi, YouTube. Please follow me on... Okay. Alright. So, YouTube, what's up? We're back. We're building it. We should probably talk about Zelda-related stuff today, because last stream we talked about... What did we even do? I don't even know, man. I don't even know what it was. What? It was... We talked about, like... I don't even know. There's just so much that happens. Like, last night was just crazy. With the lad stuff, so I don't even know how I'm supposed to remember 2 days ago. But why do I like Raph? Why he's my favorite, Rose said. I don't know, man. I think when I first played it, like in October last year, Love and Deep Space, I just kind of, I was digging it. He seemed cool. I think from like a visual standpoint, he and Silas were my fave. You think, or not Xavier, Xavier would be my fave because he's the most like FF coded. Because he, gives like Cloud and whatever. But Caleb gives a little Zack Fair action, but not that much. Not really in his personality, more of how he looks. But no, Raphael, I don't know, man. I like the sassiness. I know some people don't like using that word to describe him, but he's got a little sassiness action. I like his hair. It's similar to mine. That's not the main reason, but as something I noticed. I don't know. He's cool. He's cool. Okay, wait. Is this the PCS one goes here? He's my boy. Maybe you see yourself. Maybe I don't really do the thing with characters where I'm like, oh my god, I can relate to him so much. I'm not like a self-insert guy, or even, I don't really like try to relate to them. Not in the sense of like relating to understanding a character in a video game, but like relating to be like, oh yeah, I'm just like him. Like, he's just like me, bro. Like, I don't really do that, but, dude, even after the Spring and Flowers event, Raphael's story with, like, him getting anxiety, or, like, MC being anxious and that thing, I was like, damn, wait, he really is my GOAT. Like, I already knew he was my GOAT, but I was like, that hits home. So that was cool. But, like, way before that, I don't know, man. I think I just liked him. I think I just went with, like, the whole, I'm gonna pick who I like visually the most. And so I went with him. And then, okay, I think Silas was, like, the number one. When I was going into it, I was like, bro, Silas, bro. It's, Giga Chad. Like, that's, like, the guy that everyone kind of knows lads from, or a lot of people do, I think, who aren't, like, the target audience. So Silas was like, oh my god, like, this is, like, the Giga Chad, like, intense lover boy, whatever the hell. And then Raphael was number one after I actually played the game for a bit. I think also, I like his VA. That's also it. The voice actors, I think that also helps too. And then, dude, the one that he's in the bathtub? Raphael's in the tub? That was crazy. That was crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I think I can relate to Raphael the most. Where are we going next? Now that I, like, sit on it. Pause. But he's my GOAT. He is my GOAT. Still waiting on Baby No Money to cosplay Silas. Dude, people aren't... controversial. People were not happy about him tweeting that. And I think some people are overreacting a bit. I know he's doing it for, like, attention. So like I get why some people would be annoyed by it, but some of the lads people are a little intense, man. They're a little intense about stuff. It's like, I understand you can have a dislike for someone on the internet. It's the internet. That's, you know, the essence of it. And, you know, disliking something is usually what is seen now. But people, like, a lot of people in the comments were like, yeah, cool. And then there was some quote tweets, and it was like, it was intense. It scared me, man. I was like, dude, this is terrifying. Like, why? Like, it's not really that serious. Like, I don't know if it's because, some people are maybe more protective of Love and Deep Space, gatekeeping after the whole situation with, like, a couple months ago in the period tracker thing. So, like, I understand to a degree why they, you know, want to gatekeep, quote unquote, because I don't like the word gatekeep. I also don't like gatekeeping because it's stupid. It's, you know, it's like some middle school, high school shit. But, like, I understand why people will be like, no, don't do it. You're doing it just for, like, attention or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, where the fuck? Wait, what piece am I using here, bro? That was 9? Oh no, that was 9. Oh no. No, that was the wrong bag. No, I can't read. Fuck. Oh, it's okay. Next bag. Fuck. Damn it. Okay, shit. Let's just do this. I can get a Ziploc from downstairs, but I'll just put these back in here. Hold up. College degree? Okay, that doesn't... I don't have it yet, technically, okay? They didn't mail it to me yet. Alright, Bachelor's of Science. Game Design and Development. You know. Alright? I'm not doing, like, R&D and game testing. I'm doing the developing of the game, okay? I don't know how to play the game itself. Okay, hold on. Why am I struggling to, like, pick this up, dude? Jesus, man. Okay, let's put this back in here. Yeah, as I was saying about the lad stuff, the Baby No Money cosplay, I don't know, man. It's a little intense. And like I said, I'm not like disagreeing with people or agreeing. I'm not really on anyone's side. I'm probably more on the like chill out. It's not that big of a deal. You're overreacting side, but yeah, it's a little scary. I don't know. It definitely makes me less excited myself. Just to interact with the Love and Deep Space people. And there's a lot of well-adjusted people on the internet and Twitter specifically about it. So, like, it's not really that much of a problem. But, I don't know, some of the tweets I see that pop up from, like, not mutuals or something, but just, like, random people who like the game. It's like, dude, what? It's scary. Actually, it's like, it's scary, man. It really is. They don't want Baby No. I don't know. I think it's just gatekeeping on the internet like usual. And like I said, there's for like good reason, I guess, or there's reasons for it. But it's either an extreme yes or an extreme no. There's never like a middle ground. And I think a lot of the people who are on that side of the community or Twitter in general just are like incredibly like vitrolic about a lot of stuff. But that's the internet, so it's not like I'm saying anything that's like new. That's just how it be. As everything in life, that's the whole thing. It's like we can't, and this is like anything video game related or not, we can't let people like shitty people in like a fandom or whatever the hell on the internet, or like trying to like attack a game or attack a fandom, like let the people then in the fandom always get defensive about it if they see someone trying to like get into it, for example, right? It's like if someone does something or likes something that, say, I knew someone who liked, okay, let's start back. I know someone who likes, let's say, like a game, right? And they're a dick. They're a fucking asshole, and I'm not friends with them anymore, right? And then a year later, I meet someone who likes that same game and likes the same characters, for example. A lot of people, which, you know, it's just a human thing, would be like, okay, they're similar to that person because they have that same interest. I'm gonna kind of like maybe act towards them a bit differently, or like maybe more angrily or whatever. Or maybe like treat them in a way they don't deserve it because they had that similar like interest. And so it's the similar way of like one or two things happen, like patterns negatively happen to someone, then they always put it towards that person for X, Y, or Z reason. So it's like the whole lads fandom thing where it's like Baby No Money, like a big male cosplayer, or not cosplayer, fuck, artist wants to cosplay the character. I think a lot of people are like, oh my god, last time there was a big male creator, the Egg, that was like talking about it. It was the whole period cramp thing, which that was a lot. That was a little crazy. I think both sides blew up about it a lot unnecessarily, but it's the internet once again. So I think that's why people are gatekeeping about it. But I'm just like, that's the part of like fandoms where I'm just like, dude, you just gotta like chill. Like it's like the whole everyone's got their guard up for everything, and this isn't just Love Noob Space. This isn't everything at all. So I'm not like attacking anybody, but. It's like intense. It's just intense for me. It's just not the way I am with life or people. I don't know. It just feels very like high guarded at all times, and I'd rather be chill and relaxed and take my chances with someone or whatever than always be on guard. I feel like that would be exhausting. But I don't know. Like I said, I understand why people like. We're kind of shitting or being annoyed about it, but I also don't understand why there's just so much heat in that conversation, you know? It's weird. It's weird, man. Also, FF7 Twitter does that with a lot of things, like shipping. It's like, you either hate this character and you know, despise them, and you, blah, 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 blah. It's just like this whole thing. It's crazy. Either way. Peace and love. I don't know. Yeah, no, yeah, it feels like a large portion of the Last Twitter fandom is actively beefing over pixels, and I say that with love. Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like, it's no more fairer for me, or it's no less fair for me to be like, yeah, lads fandom is crazy and like batshit insane, and that would be fair for me to say when there are, you know, chill people on there who I've interacted with who watch the streams. And that's no different than, like, someone on Twitter getting upset about someone cosplaying them because, like, a bad experience with another, like, large male presence on the internet, right? It'd be the same thing. So, yeah, I'm not saying that at all, obviously. Not that anyone here thinks that anyways, but... yeah, I get it. I don't know. It's interesting. I think in another universe, I would have done, like, psychology or some shit, bro. I don't know. I like thinking about that stuff. It's kind of cool. But I'm not really the one to, like, delve into the specifics, and I'm not going to go make some fucking video essay about it, because that's not my niche, or I'm not smart enough for it, you know? So, you know, there's people out there who would, and I'd love to watch something like that about, and I'm sure there is, but... no shade to anyone because you've caught the good parts of the fandom here, but I feel like a large majority of the fandom is pretty toxic defensive. Yeah, well, that's just, once again, that's also just, like, video games. I want to make that video on it still. I think it'd be interesting. Is like parasocial, the parasocial aspect of video games, especially Love Noob Space, from like a straight guy's perspective, and how I love the game, I play the game all the time, I actively, you know, try to interact with people in the fandom and understand things, and I see lots of good and bad tweets of people's reactions over stuff, and so as someone who isn't, like, romantically interested in these characters, seeing people, like, seemingly get personally attacked because of their seeming romantic interest or, like, attachment to them, to these fake characters, it's kind of scary, but I feel like, yeah, it'd be interesting to talk about, because it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but I'd probably, yeah, I'm gonna make a video on it for sure. I just need time. I've just been so busy. But it would be mostly on lads. But I'd probably touch up on some other gaming communities that I've seen and some other games, because it's everywhere, right? So it would be a bit unfair, I think, to just say it's one community. Also, it's just like that's a dating game, bro. At the end of the day, what the fuck isn't this sticking? It's a fucking dating game. That's the whole point, you know? Like, this is the reason they made it. Is to have options and to be connected to these characters personally. So people feeling these things is like what their goal is as game developers. But okay, also I fucked something up here like incredibly bad. What is happening? Okay, let's do this. Wait, why is this not fully down? Is it not going in? Why? Wait, shit. Okay, there you go. What the fuck? Why was it doing that? Hold up, chat. I don't know what's going on with the Legos right now. What? Why is it? Okay, is there like a piece stuck underneath? No? What the fuck? Okay, that's on. Why is it doing this? Did something? What the? Dude, I'm so confused. Let's take this piece off. What the fuck happened? Why is it doing this? Bro! Why? Shayla. Shayla. Why is it? Okay. Are we good? Are we chill? Oh, what? Why are these like bending all weird? Okay. Where is it in? Pause? Yeah. Okay, we're good. Jesus, man. It's complex with lads because the game's acting encourage players to form pairs, so to remain with clicks with the characters so that they'll spend money. People naturally tend to get very defensive. Yeah. Well, it's like me with like any characters I love too, you know. I like Final Fantasy as well. That's like my lifeblood. And that's the most active fandom, right? Like I would compare it to like Nier, because I love Nier. You know, one of my favorite series and it's one of my favorite games and music and etc. Blah blah blah. But you know, Nier games aren't really in like the cultural video game fucking zeitgeist or whatever the buzzword you want to call it right now. So that's not an example. But you know, like FF would be the next big thing of if someone like shits on Cloud Strife or like Tifa or Aerith, right? I think I would feel more offended than shitting on maybe like a different like Vincent or something in the game, for example, right? And so I'm not going to feel personally offended like some people do online, but I would probably feel more upset. And so if I was someone on the internet who had a bit less self-control and like was anonymous and didn't have my face on the internet and I you know, it was just a different timeline and just was raised differently, whatever, I think, you know, I like you're like you can say these things or get upset at people and blah 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 because you don't have to worry about anything. So like I don't know. Like I get why people get offended by it, but it's just acting on it and like saying shit or like attacking people, like doing the like you can think in your head like that person's wrong. I don't agree with them. It's fine. That's how fucking interacting with humans work. But then like going out of your way to like say shit that's like rude or attacking someone's like character over it is crazy work, because that does happen, unfortunately. But that's once again, it's just the internet, bro. It's everywhere. It's just everywhere. It's every fandom, and it comes with it's people who are like either really old or really young, you know, because a lot of people who are really old kind of, they might have a little less attachment to the internet, and then also they might have just be a little more lonely, or their life situation might be weird, so they go to the internet to do that. And then people who are younger are just young, so this is how it is. So I think with a game like Lads, there's a lot of people who were kind of in the older range or the way younger range, and so it's kind of what happens. But I don't know, it's interesting. I'd love to have like an actual nuanced conversation about it with people, but like if I saw someone disagree with something on Twitter, like say I'm scrolling on Twitter and I see someone say some crazy shit about like a streamer or something or a character or whatever, and then people get like upset over it, right? I'd love to like actually talk about it with these people, but that's, the internet's not like the place to do that. You need to like talk in person or like on like a call or whatever. Yeah, because I don't know, I think I like to have like the nuanced conversation about why people feel a certain way or why they feel the need to say certain things, but it's kind of hard to do that because that's like I would be too scared to like see some like hate tweet or someone getting really upset and being like, yo, DMing them, be like, yo, like, do you want to come on stream and talk about why you feel this way? Like, I'm not a fucking therapist, or that's not what I do. So I don't want to do that. Also, I'm too scared because, you know, if they're that publicly like an asshole, then they're probably gonna be a dick to me in the DMs. So I just won't do that. But you know, someone out there would be cool to take a hit and do that. That'd be awesome. The egg does that? Yeah. Oh, I don't know, but that I kind of can understand why, you know. But I think I'm too conflict averse to do that, even though I see it and would love to like kind of learn more about it and understand it more. But I'm not brave enough because I just don't like conflict at all. So I stay away from it at all times. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, you know. It's just who I am. And just also having terrible anxiety too. It's not good. If I get involved or whatever, then even if it's not about me, even if it's like something that doesn't have anything to do with me, if I see it, it can still kind of set off my anxiety and cause me to shake and not in stress and not eat and etc. So that's why I stay away from a lot of it, if necessary, at all means, you know. But that's boring. Some people don't like that. That's why a lot of the big streamers are big, because they do that, and people like conflict and they like back and forth and whatever. That's like, you know, kind of the essence of how the internet has been in the past 2 years. So that's why those streamers are big. Not me though, chat. Not me. Not me though, man. Not me. I'm a little baby. I'm a little bitch. Some may say. I don't care. I don't care. Nightalize debates when? Bro, that'd be sick. If I just knew I was debating someone who wouldn't like, I don't know, who like had a good two heads on their shoulders? A good head on their two shoulders. Two heads. I don't think people have two heads. But you never know. Either way, yeah. Let me get big for you, chat. Gonna drop some dirt on you if I lose. Literally drop a bag of tan bark on me. Crazy shit, man. Also, I think at its core, the characters we like are extensions of ourselves in some way, and if someone hates a character, it's perceived that they hate a part of each. Yeah, that's 100% true. Yeah. For sure. Remember when I had to delete my FF7 tweet about Tifa and Cloud? Yeah, I was too scared, bro. That tweet was just like, it was just my opinions on the Highwind scene. And I was too scared to post it. And I'm glad I didn't post it, because like it would have been just us an unnecessary like drama and whatever. But I wanted to at first, cause like, oh, I thought it'd be funny. You know, in my head I was like, you know what, this is dumb. It's just gonna make people, you know, like be upset at me for some reason or whatever. Even though it's nothing to be upset about, it was just my interpretation of the scene. I wasn't like attacking anybody at all. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this. It's just too scary. I don't want to antagonize, you know, because if I do antagonize and then people attack me, then I'll be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, and then that's stupid, right? So I took it down. But my thoughts on it was that I didn't think Cloud and Tifa. What's my interpretation? I didn't think Cloud and Tifa had sex under the Highwind, bro. When I watched that, I was like, I don't think so. And I was like, I don't think so. And I was like, if they did, then cool, I guess. But I don't think it doesn't seem like they did. I was like, I don't think, I feel like they like made out or something. And then people were like coming at me, like the dev said this and that. And I'm like, dude, like I love Cloud and Tifa. Like I don't ship, right? But like Tifa specifically, let's just focus on Tifa. Fuck Cloud. Tifa was like the character that when I played FF7 like remake, I was like, oh, I love Tifa. Like I was a Tifa guy, right? I love all the characters, and you know, with dating Coco, she loves Aerith, so I'm more of an Aerith guy now. But like I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Like they're all video game characters, and I all like them for different reasons. But Tifa was like the first character that I was like, she's that bitch. Like she's awesome. And so like when I said that thing about them under the Highwind, I'm like, dude, like I'm on yours. Like these people attacking me seemingly are, you know, on another side of a fandom, maybe, for example. I don't know, I'm not saying anything, but like I was like, wait, this makes no sense. Like I'm a Tifa guy first. Like like why are you calling me out like a dumbass when I just thought that it didn't seem like they had sex under the Highwind? I was like, this doesn't really matter, man. Like I'm not, like I don't get it. I was like, and if they do, that's awesome. If part 3 they do have sex under the Highwind and they kiss and make out and make children, then cool, man. I'll be like, awesome. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It's just, I didn't think they did in the original game. And then people are like, they said this in an interview, and I was like, okay, like I didn't know that. And then apparently they didn't, the devs actually didn't say something in an interview. That's FF7 Twitter in a nutshell though, is like, the dev said this, the dev said that, this is a mistranslation, and that's literally, it's a clusterfuck of he said this, she said this, and 99% of what it is not true, and it's just people pushing their agenda of XYZ. And it's just like, can we just respect what someone thinks about the game that they play, and even if it's not true and it's not canon or whatever, can we just like have fun? Like it's like, can we not share like fan art or just talk about theory? Like what happened to theorizing, bro? What the what? What happened to being like, I think this will happen, or like, but if someone says they think this will happen, or I think I want this to happen, like why are we attacking people for that? Like, isn't that's the most fun part about playing a game, especially something like Final Fantasy, for example. Like, dude, Final Fantasy 14, absolutely a phenomenal game. Amazing, one of my favorite games of all time. Story is like it's crazy. Dawn Trail's kind of mid. Beside the point, like theorizing about what's gonna happen in FF14 is some of the most fun I've had while being involved with like a community on the internet, because it's like, dude, there's the Ascians, and there's like Emmett. This is like Shadowbringers, Endwalker era. We're like, okay, so there's like, what's gonna happen in like the Dawn Trail? And, like, we're gonna go to this new island, who these new characters, and like what's gonna happen with the Ascians? And what about like the Shards? And what about like the 13th? And what about like the different, you know, the Void? And excuse me. Like, oh, maybe Reen and Gaia will come back. There's all these things that's like really fun to talk about, and you can have that conversation in the game because there's no like shipping shit, or there's no like the dev said this and that, because Yoshi P is very forward with things, and he's not cryptic with his stuff because that's just not what he does, which is awesome. It makes me very happy that he's straight up. And that's also part of the problem, is the devs are very cryptic with stuff, and that's just the Nomura-ism. That's just Final Fantasy VII. That's Kitase. That's just a thing that I think a lot of Japanese developers also do, and that's fine. But it's like, it's so much of it is used as like ammo, whether you're on either side of whatever shipping stuff, or either side of whatever theorizing, or whatever side of what you think is going to happen in part 3, whether it's a sequel, whether it's not a sequel, like any of the stuff. It's so intense, and I'm like, why can't we, isn't it fun to talk about, like, I think Aerith will come back, right? That's like the biggest one. That's the biggest, most contentious one, is like, is the remake stuff a sequel? Will Aerith come back, or will she stay dead? And I'm like, I personally, I'm like, I don't care. I want the game to be good, and I want the story to be engaging and emotionally, and invest me emotionally in whether the devs bring Aerith back or keep her dead. I just want it to be good, right? And that doesn't, so if we bring up theories about her coming back or staying dead, like, it's fun to talk about both, because one could, like, some maybe it would happen, maybe it won't happen. If it doesn't, then it's like, okay, maybe a part of that theory will happen with another theory. But it's just like, why is it so like stark, yes and no, black and white, you hate this character, blah, 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 blah. It's like, that's so weird, man. I don't know, it's like, like, again, it scares me. I just put the pieces in the wrong way. Yeah, I don't interact with that shit, because it's like, it scares me, it terrifies me, man. I really do. Agree, but I do want Zack dead. Dude, biggest gripe about Rebirth, the Zack stuff, terrible. It really was a waste of, time. You know, it was a waste of time. it's kind of just there. Yeah. Yes. And I love Rebirth and Remake. They're like my favorite games. Some of my favorite games ever. They mean a lot to me for so many reasons. And I love how the story happened in both games. I have some gripes, but like Zach, dude, even at the end of Rebirth, I was like, this is like my favorite game ever. But I was like, the only gripe I have is probably the Zach stuff. I said that the instant I beat the game, and it wasn't me hating on Zach, but it was just me being truthful. It's like, I love the game, but it's not perfect by any means, right? And I've always been in the camp, even since Remake, that like, the remake stuff is great, and I think it not following the original is fine, and that if it does follow the original, it's fine. Like, I've always been kinda defending the game with my fucking heart and soul against all the people who wanted to stay the same, or XYZ, whatever. You know, a lot of the older fans are like, this is a waste, like, why are we making it 3 parts, blah, blah, blah. I've always been on the side of, like, let them do their shit, man. And so, I had a complaint about the game and didn't love that Zack stuff. But, like, I talked about it with my friends who also played the game, and we kind of disagreed, but it was fun to talk about it, because I kind of convinced him a bit of why I didn't like it, and why I thought, and how they could have done it better, and he kind of convinced me about how they could have done it better, or why it is good, and it was like, this is awesome, like, this is cool, we get to talk about shit and disagree, but we have some, like, actual, like, nuance, we get to talk about it, it's so fun, man. But yeah, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't fucking happen. Because, people will just make assumptions that you hate XYZ character, or you're pushing some agenda, and it's just like, no, it's just how I resonate with the story, and I feel like that should, like, that's awesome. That's what should matter at the end of the day, is if you resonate with the story in any way, whatever that way is, it's chill, and if you don't agree with how someone has a take on what will happen in the game or whatever, it's just like, it just resonated with you differently. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, TLDR is like, I didn't upload the Cloud and Tifa Highwind thing because I was scared, bro. And I didn't at the end of the day, but also, throwback to when I was on Aru's stream, like, dude, this was like last year, I think. It was like interviewing chatters, right? This was like, I think, a couple months after Rebirth. Or no, this was later, this was end of last year. So yeah, it was like probably October, September, whatever. And I joined the call after failing to join like 5 times. And she was like, bro, you have the audacity to join the call and have a fucking Cloud and Tifa banner on your Discord profile picture. And I thought it was funny. And then she asked about like my shipping preferences or whatever, and I was like, I don't really ship, I like Barrett the most, blah 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 blah. But like, I know she's like Clarith fan, like Commander, but I don't fucking care. I know she was joking when she said that, even if she wasn't, like, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares, man? Who gives a shit? She enjoys what she likes, as does everybody else. I think it's, it's cool. We love you over there, though. I appreciate it. Dude, she DM'd me one day. Random ass leaking DMs, and was like, Jordan, upload your lad stuff to your main channel. And I was just like, wait, what? I uploaded on my second channel. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. Because you get lots of traction on it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, yeah, I guess I do. I appreciate it, though. Randomly, she DM'd me, and I was like, wait, like, were you, like, watching my videos? Because I'm not, Aru's just a person on the internet. She's not a friend or anything. Like, I'm not going to be some parasocial dude. So I was like, why is this, like, streamer, this person DMing me? And that was so weird. And she's like, yeah, I was, like, talking to stream about it or something. I don't know what it was. I was like, that's weird. That's a little bizarre. I was like, so what were you saying about me? What? Like, what? I couldn't conceive that other people were talking about my. I don't even know what the fuck they were talking about, but or who she was talking about it with, or if it was on stream or not. I don't know, but just random thing. It was funny. It was so weird. It was like, dude, this was like a couple months back. She's randomly DM'd me out of nowhere. About this shit. And I was like, that's crazy. That's very sweet, but I don't know what to say, man. She had me on too. Oh, she did. She did have you on. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that was so funny when they had the Discord interviews. It was fun. But yeah, random thing once again. But very sweet community. You're surprised a streamer messaged another streamer? Okay, well the thing is, chat, I don't think I'm like a streamer. I'm a dude who streams games, right? Like there's a difference. It's like I look at like Maximilian Dude and like I don't even fucking know streamers. I can't even think of any. Like Squeaks. Like those are like streamers. And even though I stream, I technically still am a streamer, but like it's like a numbers thing at the end of the day, and it's stupid, but like that's like their job. They're streamers. That's what they do. And so like if Maximilian Dude DM me, I'd be like, this is weird, right? Like this isn't. It's not like equal footing. And the only reason it's not equal footing is because, you know, it's just like a viewer's numbers thing. But there's still like a difference, right? So yeah, you know, I don't know. I thought it's weird. Like it's not weird, but it's not like, I don't consider myself like a streamer where I can just contact someone who I like their content and be like, hey, let's collab, or like, hey, blah blah blah. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a bother to anybody as well, because I just don't want to do that at all. So I'm not gonna just DM another person. Like I'm not just gonna DM Aura and be like, hey Aura, how's your day? Like that's fucking weird. Even if she didn't care, but like, you know, I just, we're not, you know, on the same level. I don't know what it is. I'm just using her as an example because she's like one of the few who follow me on Twitter who I've interacted with more than once, but I can't think of anybody else currently. But yeah, I don't know. It's different, I think. Jordan, you may not be a streamer, but you're a #by streamer. Thanks. Yeah. I don't know. I like to try to stay grounded a lot. Don't overthink it too much. Viewer quality doesn't give you legitimacy or realness. That's true, but I know there's a lot of parasocialness with big streamers, right? Thousands of viewers, people trying to get to know them. A lot of smaller streamers try to get to know bigger streamers. You know, because viewer numbers, and I never want to come off that way in any regard, because that's just not what I want to do. So I prefer to stay extra far back or extra disengaged unless they approach me, right? Which there's no difference if I approach them versus they approach me. We're all just people on the internet at the end of the day. But because of that, I don't want to come off as like a leech or any of that stuff, because I don't know. The irony? Well, I know there's so much irony, but I just don't want to do that, bro. I don't want to be that guy, right? I don't want to be that guy who's like, you know, like the weird dude. Yeah, it's just not. And I don't think I'm like a weird dude in any capacity, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I never want to make anybody uncomfortable or weirded out, even remotely. So if I do DM somebody, like, I'll always be like, I'm so sorry for DMing you. Like, literally, I think I messaged, I don't know who I messaged the other day, and I was like, yo, sorry for messaging you, like, forgive me if I'm, like, interrupting your shit or, like, being annoying, but, and it was a question about streaming or something, I forget what it was, but I just don't want to be a nuisance, bro. I just don't want to be a nuisance, man. You know? You're allowed to hold firm, and you're like, well, yeah. But it is weird where I'm like, okay, well, if someone messaged me first, then I'll, like, reply and be chill, but I don't want to be the one to, like, break the ice, you know? I get you so much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to, I don't know. I'm not parasocial either, but the Nightalize DM me earlier today. Okay. It was about Liza P. About Liza P. That shit DLC looks fire, though. No? Can you put a Lego piece under your butt? That's crazy. That's fucking... This is a crazy thing to say. Really. I'm watching a stream right now. Don't take it away from us. I guess so. That's true. Yeah, I guess so, chat. I guess so. Hold up. This isn't sticking. Why? Alright, there we go. Alright, sick. Hold up. No music. Or step on it. That's just a crazy thing to say as well.
Lego.
Yo, Lego. Lego. Thank you. Lunar for the 53. Jesus, man. That's crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, chat. Tangent done. We talked about a lot there in the past 30 minutes. We talked about FF7, Love in Deep Space, streamer parasocialism, crazy shit. We're getting philosophical up in this motherfucker. Thank you for 53 months, my goat. Step on it, but point the camera to your feet, please. That's crazy. No! No! Crazy. But yeah, chat, at the end of the day, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. And I like playing video game and talking about video game. But lots of fandoms, a part of video games, scare me. So, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, like, there's a lot of weirdos on the internet, a lot of dudes on the internet who are weird. So that's another thing is why I just don't reach out, especially if it's like a woman streamer. Which there shouldn't like have to be something like that, but I don't know. It's just also it adds an extra layer of like, I don't want to DM them or message them, even if it's like a genuine question, because I don't want to weird them out. Because I'm sure people get plenty of weird DMs. Well, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or girl either, but you know, just in the context of like of what we were just talking about. Because everyone's seen the crazy replies people get. It's crazy shit, man. Because I know how it can be to be on guard with people, even if there's no reason to. Because, like, for someone with me with, like, some bad anxiety, a DM from someone can bring a lot of that out of nowhere, just for whatever random reason. Even if they're, like, completely chill and normal and respectful. So, add a layer of, like, being objectified on the internet. It's like, that's probably not fun. So, I don't know, chat. I like to be coy. Is that the right word? I don't know if that's the right word at all, actually. Is E&A Dream Barbecue your cup of tea? I don't know what that is. Enna? What is that? Isn't it I'm Just a Girl in the World? Something like that, yeah. Something like that. Something like that. Goat. Koi has some vibes. It's like Koi being chill. I might have just absolutely misused that word out the fucking wazoo, but I like to be laid back. I'm very laid back, chat. I'd love to be objectified. I feel like I've, like, it's crazy. It is crazy to feel like that after being, like, never wanted, like, through my whole life, like, as a kid, I was always, like, pretty ugly and bullied and whatever for, like, my looks. And then, like, randomly on the internet, there's, like, a couple people who are, like, saying some crazy-ass shit. I'm like, damn, wait, this is kind of cool. I'm like, wait, shit, say it again? Objectify me again? I was like, wait, I've never felt this before. Even if this is disingenuous, I've never felt this feeling before. But now I'm fine. I have a girlfriend, so I don't need that. But I'm just saying, it's crazy. Trauma? I don't think it's really trauma. I don't actually care. Because, like, honestly, I'm just carefree, man. I don't give a shit at the end of the day. It doesn't offend me. That's just how people are. Like, And so it's like, why would I get upset at someone for, Like, if someone does it to someone else and they don't like it, then don't be fucking weirdo. But if someone does it to me, it's just like... It's like, yeah, who cares, man? Who cares? If that's their release that they need, I'll be their release. Some water bucket, Jack Black type shit. Should we objectify you more? No, I'm not inviting it. I'm just saying it doesn't really bother me. Unless, like, someone goes in the chat consistently is constantly saying stuff, then it's weird. But if I posted, like, a TikTok on my Instagram reel, or, like, a reel on Instagram, or, like, I post shirtless pics in the gym occasionally. If I post that and someone in the comments is like, raw next question, I think it's hilarious. I don't think that's weird at all. because they're probably half joking, half serious, but also like, it's a person on Twitter, bro. Who cares? It's funny. I think it's funny. If it's to someone else, it's not funny. But if it's towards me and only towards me, then I would much gladly take it. Obviously, up to a certain degree, but yeah. You know what I mean? But if, someone does it to someone else and someone else finds it uncomfortable, then so, don't be a fucking weirdo, obviously. But, and it doesn't mean I would do that to someone else either. That's, I don't think it's funny for me doing it to someone else, but it's kind of like just being the punching bag. I'll tank it for some people if I must, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. The new trend is raw repeat yourself. That's a new thing. Raw repeat yourself? What the fuck? Too late, Jordan, my mind is going wild. Oh man, that's funny. So I just receive it? Yeah, if you know what I mean. Oh, I just received it for sure. Receive it, no questions asked. Receive, then ask questions later. Okay? Alright. But only for me, only for me. Everyone else you have to be kind and sweet to on the internet, but you can be weird to me. That's okay. Checks out, not gonna lie. Wait, what? Me saying that? That's crazy. That's just crazy. You recognize game, real recognizes real. Chat, we're getting prog right now. This is crazy. This is great, actually. This is awesome. Look at this, dude. This is big, bro. This is big, dude. Like, wait, how many inches? Let me get my tape measure from my dresser right here. Chat, you never know when you're gonna need a tape measure. You never know. You gotta always have one handy. Boom. You never, like, hey, I'm always strapped. I always got that strap on. I mean, like, I'm always strapped on, or I'm always strapped. Like, I have it on me, or the tape measure is on me. Okay, in my pocket. Yes. Beside the point. Moving on. It's 14 inches, bro. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's do centimeters for all my Canadians out there. I was just up in Rochester. I'm like an hour and a half away from Toronto. I gotta give some love. We're talking 35.3 centimeters. There we go. I was close. 14 inches is crazy work. That's a hospital visit right there, man. This thing's actually massive, bro. Holy shit. Okay. What next? What next, chat? What next? That's a Sunday night. Jesus, man. Sick. Fucking sick. Christ. A Sunday night? Oh my god. 2-month leave, actually. I think you need more than that, bro. I think you need to get your organs swapped out for, like, cybernetic ones or some shit. Like some cyberpunk shit. I'm quirky, okay. I don't know if quirky is the label. Maybe, ill, mentally ill. But I think they go hand in hand. That too. No, wait, chat, running it back, that's a crazy stutter. Running it back real quick to the FF7 thing. Dude, I was on Twitter, maybe I mentioned it, I was on Twitter the other day, and I was looking at some FF7 art, and I go in the replies, because I just checked the replies to some tweets, just, whatever. and someone had me blocked on FF7 twit, bro. I was like, wait. Hold up, this is crazy. How does this happen? Wait, I was like, what did I do? Did I mention this on stream the other day? Maybe I did, but I was like, what the fuck, bro? I was like, wait. I was like, what? One of the couple hundred people, I guess 50,000 views on the Rebirth ending, but that wouldn't make sense. Like what? Like why was I blocked? And some of my moots follow them. I have like 5 people who follow that person. I don't care that they follow them. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, like, they seemingly probably saw a tweet from the mutuals that I had liking or commenting or retweeting or something on it, and then they decided to block me from that. And so I'm just like, I wonder what it was. Like, I don't care. Like, once again, I don't get offended if people block me because it's Twitter and people like their Twitter and their For You page should be, like, what they want specifically. So I don't care. I don't take offense by it at all. But I was just, it was so funny. I was like, I was like, what? It's like, I wonder what was the reason. And, like, I'm sure I didn't tweet anything, right? I was like, I didn't say anything. I don't know what it was. I've posted Aerith pictures. I've posted cosplay pictures. Maybe they didn't like an Aerith picture that I posted of myself in the cosplay. I don't know what it would have been. I feel like I've only had nothing but good. I've had nothing but good interactions on FF7 Twit with people and what my posts have been. So I'm not sure. But my delete tweet? No, I deleted that tweet literally in like 10 seconds, so no one saw that. And that's just the clip from FF7 playthrough anyways, so people can watch it if they want. And it doesn't matter, right? But I hate baddies. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. I'm not sure. I posted a picture of me and Coco as Cloud and Aerith. We've done Cloud and Tifa. I've done just me and the Aerith cosplay. I've done a picture of me with Tifa on. It's usually nothing but supportive and, like, happy-go-lucky funny. I never have, like, any, like, takes. I don't have any, like, controversial opinions ever about FF7. I usually just watch those and sit back. So, it was so weird. It was crazy. I'm not gonna say, you know, who or whatever, because I don't even remember the account, and once again, it doesn't matter. But I was like, this is awesome. Or not awesome, but, like, this is... I've made it, bro. I stumbled upon a random Twitter account that had me blocked. This is crazy. This is awesome. There's a landmine? Yeah. But yeah. Shout out that person protecting their peace. I respect it. I give them kudos. I can be annoying. I tweet out a lot. I tweet lots of caps, you know, so, like, I get it. Maybe me being like, oh, it's Jordan, like, tweeting in all caps, like, being nothing, you know, toxic positivity, like, so maybe that's the reason? I don't know. But that's also valid. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, dude, I'm getting too many pieces, chat. I'm keeping it a fucking stack, bro. We're getting too busy in this bitch. We're getting too busy, bro. Let's do this. Maybe their friends shared your tweets too often. Maybe. Yeah, that's also what I was thinking. Like, maybe they just see my tweets and they're like, I don't want to see this guy, right? Or they just, you know, maybe they saw, like, the Aerith cosplay and they're like, it's just a man cosplaying Aerith, because, like, you know, blah, 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 blah. Maybe they didn't like that, you know, it's whatever. Who knows? I don't know. They probably, you know, probably just some assumption, and so I don't want to go back and make some assumption on that random Twitter user. I'm just as random as a person to them as they are to me, so there's, you know, it's okay. I think if someone gets personally offended by someone blocking them, then you need to kind of take a step back. Unless it's like a friend or something, but if it's like just someone on Twitter that you encounter randomly that has you blocked, then it's just like, who cares, man? You know? It's like, yeah. Some people do get offended. It's very interesting. It's a little weird, but so is life. Let me stir the pot. Imagine if it's one of us. No, it's not. It was genuinely just a random person who had, like, an FF7 profile pic with some FF7 mutuals who followed them. That was it, right? So, it's, you know, and people follow millions of people, so it's just like, who fucking cares? Also, I follow like 900 people, so at the end of the day, that's like a 1% chance. Less than that, actually. Or like, oh, I don't know what the chance would be, but that's like 0.5% of my followers. So there's a very high chance that a lot of people on Twitter are followed by, or people that I follow someone else. Like, that's not like a shock, because I follow people from a bunch of different communities and shit. So. But dude, even with me following like 900 people, I will say, I don't even see half of the tweets on my timeline. Twitter's so fucked up. It's crazy. Won't you true? You weren't there for the gay cake? Wait, the gay cake? It was actually me. I was on a silly mood. I'm sorry. That's okay. Oh, the gay cake. I did make a gay cake. That's true. I did make a gay cake. Last June. God, that was last June. Fucking kill myself. Jesus Christ. Am I old? Am I unk? Am I unk status? It is weird seeing myself, like, slowly, and I'm not even old, bro. I'm still young. It's still weird seeing myself, like, now, slowly not be the really young person on the internet. Because that's how I was, and now I'm like, oh, I'm 22. Like, I'm the same age as a lot of people now who, like, are in the community. Because like I said earlier, I used to be the youngest. Like, I like, everyone who watched me, like, I didn't, like, know their ages, but people would, like, randomly say it or bring up how they have, like, kids or some shit, or they're going to, like, work. So obviously they're going to be older than, like, you know, a fucking 18-year-old me, or 19-year-old, or 17-year-old, or however I was past 5 years, right? So, like, now that I'm, like, 22, I'm like, wait, like, this is... It's kind of nice to, like, have people who are, like, your age and not 10 years older. And also, I am pretty vulgar, so it's also nice to not have people younger either. Because I don't want that shit, bro. I don't want that shit, bro. Oh yeah, it's a trip. I stayed because you were 2 years younger than me. Like, oh yes. Oh yes. A young streamer. What the fuck? Fucking freak. What the hell? What the fuck? OMG, my age group, Gen Z, brain rot. Okay. Alright, what we got? Not too much on my good Zimbabwe. You said it, man. I'm not saying I agree. I'm just that. I just say in my age group, people don't get weirded out by Avengers. Yeah, I get it, but I think at the end of the day, it's the internet, and like, if you're an adult, you can interact, like, in fandoms on, like, Twitter, for example, and just talk about stuff, right, with anybody, you know? It's just like, if you talk about a game, and it's talking about the game, and your love for the game, it's like, that's fine. But once it goes past that, then that's obviously where there's problems, and that happens a lot, unfortunately. Especially with people who are older. But yeah, it's just like, you know, who cares, man? Especially for Love and Deep Space, you know, like, everyone who's talking about on Twitter should be over 18, right? Like, that should be the case. So if we're not, then it's like, and you feel weirded out by that, which obviously, like, I think everybody will, then, like, that's fine. So, that's what should be the case. So it's like, who really cares if you're playing lads? Because it should all be adults. And so whether you're 20 or 30, it's like, who fucking cares, man? Like, that shouldn't be like it's not like you need to, like, have that as, like, a point of conversation where you're like, let's talk about our ages and things. Like, you know, if you're talking about the game, then who cares? But I guess some people do. But who knows? Some people do in the sense of like, if I'm like 22 and I'm talking like a 30-year-old about lads, it's like some people might not want to do that, but I don't give a shit. I'll talk to someone older about the game with me. Get behind me, sister. Definitely cons get a little weird though. Conventions? I guess so. Dude, I love going to cons and talking with people older than me. That's my favorite part. Like, I've been going to cons for, what, 5 years now? And my favorite part, especially because I cosplay FF, I'm usually on the younger side. And all the FF people who go to cons are always so nice. Like, there's been maybe one or two, I can count on my fingers, if that, people who've been, like, actually weird, who I've encountered, at least as a cosplayer. People are always, like, so excited to talk about Final Fantasy and all these things. It's really refreshing. Because when you're on the internet, you're like, this is like, why are people so crazed about this? And then you go to like a con, and you're like, holy shit, wait, like, these people are chill. But I don't know, I'll go to a con and I'm, you know, my Cloud cosplay and someone walks up, we're talking about FF7 and like, you know, like they're 30 or something, or even like older. It's just like, this is awesome. Because like, you know, age doesn't mean you're more mature, right? Especially if you're 30 or 20, like a 20-year-old could be more mature than a 30-year-old. But, you know, usually, in the sense of just this example, like everyone who I've talked to at a con is an FF cosplayer. It's like they've all been a bit older, which is awesome because they, you know, they've played some of the older FF games, and I've played almost all the FF games other than like I think 1 through 5 and then like 12. So we can talk more about, you know, the games and other things, and it's not like this weird, like it just doesn't feel like there's like any barrier of like awkwardness, because you know, once again, this is like a generalization, but a lot of people who are older, they're more sociable, right? Or most of the time, and with my encounters, so it's always nice to, you know, just have a nice conversation about your favorite game and your characters and all these things. That's what I look forward to the most, honestly, is going to a con and meeting all the Final Fantasy people, because everyone's very sweet. And most people probably my age, or even, yeah, I guess my age, I guess not anymore now that I'm 22, but like 3-4 years ago, right when I started playing FF a lot, when I was like 18, like most people who I knew weren't playing Final Fantasy, especially the older ones, like FF9, because, you know, that game's like fucking older than me. So like, it was nice to go to a con and then talk about Final Fantasy 9, which I couldn't talk about with any of my peers, because they, you know, they're playing Call of Duty or NBA or Spider-Man, or, you know, some like first party game. So yeah, that's cool. I still look forward to it. And most of my cosplay friends too are older. It's very nice because cosplay community is dramatic, and it's just a lot, and it's a lot of immature stuff. So it's nice to have a set group of friends who are older and who just go to cons, have fun, hang out with each other, and like are chill. And so you don't have to worry about any like jealousy or like stupid like shit that they'll say, or do anything stupid, or like it's all, everyone's grown. Everyone just has a good time, and you know, it's just like there's no like mind games with anybody about anything. So shout out Final Fantasy people, IRL. Shout out, bro. Shout out. I've met some of my actual lifelong friends at a convention. Like, no shit. I've met people that I will talk to, and I've talked to for countless years at a convention, you know? Like, I meet a random person cosplaying, and I'll meet them at a con. And look, 5 years later, I visit their house, they visit me, we hang out. It's just like, this is awesome, right? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Because, yeah, all my cosplay buddies are, like, my age or older. Me and Coco are the youngest by a couple years. Like, everyone's probably, like, 25, give or take. So, once again, everyone's, you know, pretty much got, you know, full-time jobs, doing their thing, kind of just living life. And so, it's nice to hang out. It's so funny because, like, everybody, like, I finally graduated college, so, like, everyone's like, yeah, we can finally hang out now. Because everyone, you know, is just working a full-time job, living their life like normal humans, and like they all hang out and whatever, but I can't hang out because I'm at school. It's like, this sucks. It's so like, oh yeah, we can finally like do stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. Like, we can just like chill and go somewhere, go out to eat, and it doesn't have to be this whole like trip. Because I'm college. I'm living life, bro. Like, I'm just a human in the world now. It's weird. That's so nice. I've been going for 20 years and I'm kind of aging out a little. Ouch. What I said earlier with people being older. Who initiated? Wait, what do you mean? Talking to me? It was the Castle in Ocarina of Time, right? What that background song was? I don't even remember, bro. Like, who talked to who? First icon? Alright, so, for example, Zach. Zach I met at Otakon. And this was, at this point, 3 years ago now. Or no. Well, no, 2 years ago. No. 2 years? I think it's 2 years. I think we're coming up on 2 years. Yeah, we're coming, 2 years. It's almost been 2 years now. He cosplayed Wedge. I was Cloud. I was like, yo, your Wedge cosplay is awesome. You look exactly like him. And he was like, thanks, man. And we took a picture and we talked about Final Fantasy VII for, like 10 minutes. And then, wait, hold up, chat. Give me a sec. I need what? I need a 3-piece right here. And then we saw each other again the next day, just walking around different cosplays. And then you just follow the cosplayer on Instagram, and then you're just like mutuals. And then later on at other cons or their story, you see on their story that they're going to another con. You're like, hey, we should meet up, get a pic, right? And so Zach, for example, I was like, yo, I'll slide up on his stuff and be like, yo, that's a cool prop that you made, etc. So just casual conversation with a cosplayer mutual, like usual. And then saw him at Otakon again, and was like, yo, cool, nice cosplay, sick, bro. And then, oh shit, wait, did I fuck this up? I did. Then I needed to stay someone for ANYC, Anime New York City last year, and I was like, I have no one to stay with. And I put it on my story, like, hey, anybody, can I stay with you if we're mutual followers? Can we stay? Can I stay with you? I want to go, and I can't get a hotel, and I don't have enough money to go by myself. And he was like, yo, bro, I got a space in my room, if you want a room. And I was like, cool. And I've talked to him, through DMs a bit, beforehand, but, like, we barely knew each other still. Like, we just DM'd a couple times, on Instagram, and ran into each other, like, 2-3 times at the cons. And I was like, cool, I'll stay with you, right? Because you seem chill, you seem very nice. And then, yeah, we split a hotel, and then we just hung out, and then we just, talked to each other, and we're like, wait, you're awesome, and you're really nice, and etc., whatever, right? Just normal friend stuff, like meeting someone. So yeah, this is how it happened. For example, for Zach, this is how it is with everybody, really. It's not like I roomed with a bunch of people, but it, like, my con friends really is just, I meet him at a con, we go get dinner, or not, or we see him at, like, I'll see them at a con, like, 2 years go by, and I see him at, like, XYZ con, and then I'm like, yeah, let's go grab something to eat, and then you just start talking more, right? It's just, like, normal, natural. It's not like I'm searching for friends. Some people do that, and that's not the way to go. That can come off really creepy as well, but, I go to cons with my friends, and if there's people that we meet who are cosplayers, then you just talk to them. And then if you become friends, you do. If you stay mutuals, then you do. It's like, it's not like there's anything being forced, any forced friendship or forced, like, okay, I'll talk to you and be my friend for XYZ reason. It's just like normal humans. And so yeah, this is how it really is. Same thing with 2 other cosplayer friends. They're dating, but I met them in FF cosplay, and then my friend was like, yeah, you should go get dinner. So they got dinner together, and I met them at the dinner place, and then we started talking, and then we hung out. We went to an after party, and then saw them at another con, and then we just started talking more, and then boom, now we hang out, like, regularly when we can. So that's really how it goes, man. That's really how it goes. But I have lots of cosplay mutuals that I would gladly invite over for dinner. Like, if some of them live closer, I'd be like, hey, let's go get something to eat. There's a lot who I trust and who are really nice. So I don't know, it's cool, man. It's so different, especially now with, like, the internet and people being parasocial and really creepy. Like, there's a lot of creepers at cons for sure, but I'm very lucky, also probably because I'm a dude, unfortunately. Not unfortunately that I'm a guy, but unfortunately I've had better encounters because I am a guy. But I've encountered lots of very sweet people who I've been able to, chill and hang out with. So, but yeah, it's not always like that for everybody. Man, woman, doesn't matter what, but it can be a bit more difficult for women, obviously. But doesn't mean it can't happen still, for sure. It worked out. Yeah, that's how I met one of my my One Piece group, and now we schedule Bush Guard. Dude, look at that. That's all. Dude, there's countless people who that I could talk about who I've met at cons through shit like that. Yeah. Maui, for example. Maui, he came up. He was like, "Hey, I saw a picture of you as Crystal Exarch on Twitter." It was like 3 years ago. It was like 4 years. 4 years ago, chat, almost. So I got a picture with him. Me and my friend got a picture with him because he saw a picture on Twitter that was going around on Final Fantasy XIV Twitter, was me cosplaying. So he found us, and then after that he joined the streams a bit. It was like 4 years ago, and then we just started talking because he was just chill, and then now we're like friends, and now we hang out, and we been to a concert together and blah blah blah. But yeah, he's cool. His friends are cool. His girlfriend's cool. Like all that stuff. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think this is wrong. Wait, did I mess this up somehow? No, I didn't. Wait, hold up, Chad. I'm getting confused real quick. So I gotta put this here. So this goes there, this goes there, this goes there, right? Then there's another one that goes on top. Oh, okay. And this goes here. That's let me start cosplaying and start my own Brady Bunch. Yeah. The thing is, still, a lot of cosplayers do have their own little groups already. So most people won't kind of be looking for like friends or looking to kind of add more people in. But also you shouldn't be like searching for people to make friends with at a con. Like, you can be nice to people and talk to others, but the goal to like get a friend out of it, that might come off too strong with some people and weird people out. So kind of just be chill. It's like just like any interaction you have with anybody. You just talk about stuff. If you click, you click, and then if not, then move on. Then you move on. But yeah, chat. It also helped with my social anxiety. I still have it for sure, but conventions are the #1 reason that I can now talk to strangers like randomly at cons or just anywhere. If I need to go up to someone or talk to someone or like do something in like a public spot, whatever the case may be, like that has not completely eliminated it, but has made it actually 100 times easier. Because you're at a con cosplaying a character, so like you talking to other people, you're in a costume, right? So like, how serious can you really get if you're wearing a wig and makeup and you're having a big sword on your back? Like, let's be fucking serious for a second. So when you're talking to these people, it's like you're just having fun. So there's not like this serious kind of feel that you're like at work or talking with like a coworker, right? Where you're at your job. It's like you're at a con, you're all there for the same reason, for video games and anime and whatever the fuck, nerdy stuff, and you're wearing a costume. So like there's this extra layer that's lifted off. At least that's how I feel, and so it makes it easier then to interact with others because you're all mutually enjoying something. And so then that helps and carries over into when you actually do have conversations in more formal areas or more, one-on-ones or work stuff or whatever the case may be. It still helps. It, like, being able to kind of do that at a convention with like one less layer of intensity, it does help whenever there are the situations that are more awkward. It's awesome. It's great. There's probably better ways to do it, but I think it's just talking to people. This is literally just talking to people. And what's better way than to go to a convention with thousands of other people wearing a costume, being like, "Hey, look at me, I'm this character," which basically invites people to come up to talk to you. So it helps a lot. Also helps that when I started going to cons, I went with friends who were already very sociable. So me being around others who were sociable I would be a part of like the convo or I'd be there, and so that also helped a lot. Like I can't even go without that at all. Like if it was just me there, I would never been able to kind of get past that barrier. But going with friends who are talkative, who are extroverts, like since I'm just around that, it then makes it easier for me to jump into the conversation, or if they invite me into the conversation, you know, whatever. It's all kind of like just helps. I don't know. It's really cool, and I'm very lucky, for sure. But that's, you know, you can still do it even if you're not. If it's a group of introverts, they can still all figure it out for sure. But that also helps too, right? It's like when you hang out with your friends. It's like three friends or 4 friends or 5 friends together, and like you're like the shy one, and everyone knows each other, right? Or like it's like you and a friend and then someone else who doesn't really know you two. That one person who's kind of like doesn't really know the one person. You know, the third will be like, hey, you should talk to us about this thing. And so instead of it just being 2 friends and then someone who only knows the one person, they kind of invite you and help you get along with everybody. So it's the same situation like that. It's nice. It's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool. Do you think a cosplay of the egg from Puss in Boots and Cat will break the ice at a con? Yeah, actually. Those are the best cosplays, bro. At conventions, the best cosplays are the ones that are stupid. Ones that are, like, silly, right? Everybody loves, you know, a cool fucking Shadowheart cosplay, or a Cloud, or a Clive, or something from Nier, or something from... not GTA, or like Iron Man, or just like anime, or One Piece, or like Madoka Magica, like any character. But if someone does some like gag cosplay, those are usually the most popular, right? Because that person's just there to fuck around, and they're wearing something extreme and crazy and random, and like there's some gag cosplays, but there's not that many. So usually if there is like a character that dies in the show, and they'll be cosplaying like them in their death state, so like the guy from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where he gets shot, I think, or punched or something, whatever. Like, they cosplay like that character, and they have blood all over themselves, and they have like a hand through their chest or whatever. Like, cosplaying something like that. People love that shit, right? And then everyone takes pictures, and they're like, oh, it's so funny, blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, it's wacky and stupid. And that breaks the ice even easier, because you're all kind of laughing and giggling over some dumb thing. And so that's even like a whole nother fucking layer of kind of anxiety stripped off, you know. It's like if you're at like a comedy show and you're sitting next to someone and you both laugh at a joke. It's like, boom, instant thing that you can find that you both are enjoying, right? That you find entertaining, and if it's a joke, joking about stuff and laughing makes it incredibly easy as well. I'm almost done. I'm getting there, man. I think I lost this piece, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know where this brown piece is, dog. I think it's lost, chat. Like, actually. Hold up. Wait, this is actually not good. Wait. Oh, is it? Oh, it's right here. Got it. My hubby gets the most love doing outlandish stuff like Jinbei or Doghead Garp or Nekomamushi. Dude, yeah. I wonder if you don't have to dox yourself, but do you go to East Coast conventions? Do you perchance go to East Coast cons? Yeah? Otakon? Okay, well then I've run into your hubby. Probably. I've run into a handful of Jinbei and Doghead Garp cosplays. Well, not a handful, but 1 or 2. And I don't think there's many more than that. So I probably run into them. Does he actually wear like the dog head hat? Like a really nice like fur hat? For Garp? Because if he doesn't, I know exactly who. Yep. Okay, well then maybe it's someone else. There's still a chance it's a different person, because the internet's large and vast, but that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's awesome. I gotta see if I have a picture on my phone for sure. I'm not gonna pull it up and be like, yeah, look, is this him? Because that's, you're gonna get your shit doxxed. But that's funny, bro. That's funny. That's awesome. I'll dox his cosplay page. You don't have to. You can if you want, but Sally Burger cosplay on IG. I'll have to look that up. Hold up. Wait, you won't mind? I gotta look this shit up, bro. Oh, Salty Burger, not Sally Burger. Fucking dumbass, bro. Yeah, yeah. This is him. That's crazy. Bro! It's the One Piece fucking Wano, Inu Arashi, and Nekomamushi. Yeah, I've taken pics with, I think I've taken pics with his Jinbei, his dog head garp, and the Wano fits. That's fucking awesome. That's crazy. I have also many people that follow him too. Yeah, that's awesome. Simon Beatrix. Oh shit. Wait, that's sick. Wait, FF9 might go? Holy shit. Wait, goated. That's so. There's Brooke. I've taken pictures of that Brooke as well. That's so fun. Small world, man. What the fuck? Small world, dude. And that's me. Holy shit! What the hell? That's so funny. It's funny, man. Okay. Off my phone. Blue Box and Co. Manga Rex? Manga Rex? Dude, I don't know. I haven't read manga in a while, man. Okay, chat, next. What are we doing next? Yeah, I haven't read any manga in a bit, dude. I need to catch up on One Piece. That was the goal this week as well. But I didn't get to do that yet. I have been wanting to read, I think it's like, I forget what it's called, but it's green. And it's like, I thought my coworker was like a dude, but it's not. It's like a, excuse me, Yuri manga, or like a girl's love, or whatever the term is. And it's like it's grown a lot in the past like year and a half. I haven't read it yet, but I've seen stuff about it for the past like year or two. And I want to read that shit, but it looks cool. I think number 2 just came out in English. Volume 2. But I don't know if it's good or not, but I think it's good. But yeah, I don't know. You would want to read something like that? Bro, you probably would think it's gas. I don't even want to fucking hear that shit. You probably want to read something. Fuck you. Fuck you. We both like Bunny Girl Senpai. I don't even want to fucking hear that shit, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, the guy I was dating wasn't a guy at all. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. And like the one girl is like, she wears like majorly black with like a black face mask on. Yeah, I think it's that. And then yeah, it's like green. I think the pages are colored in the, obviously like black and white with the green. Where is this other thing, bro? But yeah, Manga Rex, I don't know, man. I haven't read manga, but I haven't even read it. I haven't even watched that much anime in a while, so it's kind of hard. Kind of hard to give any Rex. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, Unreal 2, yeah, it looks awesome. I see fan art for it all the time. And when I was at Kinokuniya, they had the Japanese Volume 1 that I almost bought, but it was like $11 for some reason, so I didn't buy it. But that's okay. That's okay. I read manga 24/7, so if you're Xing me out, I do see your tweets about that shit all the time, man. All the time. Blue box. Bro loves that blue box. Alright, chat, we're getting there. Also, this music right now is fire. It's good stuff, bro. It's good stuff. Also, speaking of, see Stellar Blade's getting a PC release? That's kind of cool. I won't get it on PC, but it's finally coming out. Like, we've known about it for a while, obviously, but, it's cool that we're actually, it's, you know, not, like, it's still a thing. Okay, hold up. How the fuck does this attach? Wait, how does this attach? Wait. Oh, it goes on top? Wait, what? It goes like that? What the hell? Oh, interesting. Okay. Chat, look! Bro! We're getting there! Oh my god. Oh my god. I've seen people excited to make a Nexus Mods account for it. Oh, it's Stellar Blade? Dude, Stellar Blade? I saw Ness tweet something out yesterday, and I was like, that's true. I always see, like, tweets, like, Gooner tweets, about Stellar Blade, right? With, like, screenshots from the game where she's wearing, like, absolutely no clothes, whatever. And he's like, I've never seen this character, like, nude. Like the biggest Gooner game of all time. Like, oh, like, of course, like, okay, then, yeah, people make, like, porn or whatever, right? Like, that's just the internet with video games. He was like, I've never seen this character totally nude. It's not like he was, like, saying that he wanted it, but he was like, it's just a shock that there's so many thirst tweets, and Stellar Blade was a part of, like, the cultural war bullshit from last year about, like, censorship and all this dumb shit. And they're like, he's like, wait, this is like, I don't see any of this stuff. And I was like, that's kind of true. That's so funny. And people in the replies were like, because wearing more clothes is more attractive. And it's like, okay, dude, well, we don't fucking care. Like, no one's arguing that that's not true or that they are looking out for Stellar Blade porn. It's just that you'd think that a game like that would be riddled with it, at least on Twitter, bro. But I don't know, it was just funny to think about. I think that's true. That is true, man. But I guess they're doing ethical gooning. Ethical goonage for Stellar Blade. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, man? Also, sequel for the game comes out before 2027, which is cool. So, high hopes for the sequel. I enjoyed, you know, the game was good, but I had some gripes that I think a sequel will greatly improve on. So, the game can go from a, like, 7 out of 10 to, like, a 9 out of 10 for sure. For the sequel, so I'm excited. Even though it's, you know, far away, obviously. The grifters didn't actually play the game. It was only the people who respect women. Like me, Short King. Okay, Duke. Alright, man. Yeah, I almost got the platinum for it. I think I was damn close, and I stopped at the end. But it was fun. I don't love the multiple endings thing. That kind of pisses me off. I stand by that. I don't like that, but that's okay. That's probably also why I rated it a bit lower, point-wise. Okay, so this goes here? Yeah. Huge. Huge day. Huge day for guys. Guys like me. And when I mean like me, I mean Lego builders. Because we're getting there, chat. We're getting there. Did we swap over to Breath of the Wild yet? I'm still doing the general build section. Nier has multiple endings. Nier does have multiple endings, but the multiple endings is just, it's like a loop. Or it's not a loop, it's more of just a gimmick that gets you through the game. Because technically there is still only one ending. Like there's only... So what is this music, bro? So like... Oh, this is seemingly... Shit ass. Sorry. Shit, what the fuck? Fucking Cars 2 ass music. What the fuck is that? Xenoblade, I know, Xenoblade X, or Xenoblade 1, I think. Well, Nier is, well, yeah, Nier doesn't really have multiple endings like it does. Like, if you die, like, a stupid death from a fish, it's like, oh, fake ending unlocked. But that's more of, like, a, like, haha, funny gimmick. Look, there's multiple endings. It's just multiple ways you can die, right? But, like, the game basically only has one. Because as you play, like, once you get to ending A, you replay the game as 9S, and then you get to ending B, and then it continues on to the next section of the game. So it's not even endings, it's more so just, they're just like checkpoints. And so the true ending of the game is just another further point, right? So it's not like a split. Nier Replicant splits. That's different, but Automata doesn't really have a split, it's just the endings are classified as like checkpoints. Sort of. And there still technically are multiple endings, because like I said, like you can die from a fish, and it's like ending F, blah blah blah, but it's not like in the sense of you finish the game and you're like, huh, I wonder what the canon ending is. Like, it's not like that. Nier Replicant does that for sure, but it's still not exactly that. It's kind of a bit different still, but yeah, multiple endings also can be done well. Like, that can be done well. It's just it barely happens, because usually the multiple endings, there isn't one clear, like, distinct good or bad one. Usually it's like, here's two cool ones, and they're both good, quote unquote, or there's one really bad one, and there's two, like, good ones, quote unquote, and then they're like, okay, well, we'll just leave you up to interpret, and I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks, man. Like, it doesn't really show a clear vision. So, yeah, besides, like, a couple games, like, a new one that just came out that I won't say for spoilers for anybody, but, like, that's different as well. I mentioned that on stream when we were playing it, but that gets a pass as well, for a couple of reasons. But that's usually not the case. Like, Stellar Blade, like I said, I didn't really love how they handled it, but... Because I think it had three. It had, like, one ending that... It had two endings, and then one of them had a true ending. But both were really cool, and both, like, clearly could have been a sequel. So I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, this is... doesn't make fucking sense, bro. Like, there was, like... I don't know, it was weird. It's one thing I'm thinking, I like the multiple endings, and I thought I wanted a third. Yeah. You're probably thinking correct. I could talk about that for days, but I do want to make a YouTube video on that still. For sure. For sure, for sure. Alright, chat. 9. We're here. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We are getting there for sure, bro. So it's better to watch playthrough than play it? What, of Automata? Or Stellar Blade? No, I just think you should still play Stellar Blade. I think there's a demo. Is there a demo? Yeah, there's a demo. I think play the demo. If it's fun, I'd check it out. The multiple endings thing doesn't ruin the game at all. Because there will be a sequel, and we will get a clear continuation. But I think knowing there will be multiple kind of, like, kind of makes it actually better. Because as you're playing, you're like, okay, well, I know there's multiple, so... I don't know, like, I didn't really know when I was playing. Like, I did, but, like, I didn't fully understand, so it kind of annoyed me, but... Yeah. Totally recommend it. Yeah, Celebrate's good. One of my favorite games from last year. Yeah, I wanted it to be, like, a 9 out of 10, and a lot of things pointed at it being that for me, but then something about the story... and then the combat. But, no, it's still great, for sure. It's still really good. Like, the music, bro. The music is phenomenal. If you like Nier, you'll like Stellar Blade. Like, that's obvious. Obvious. Okay, so that goes... Hold up, chat. This goes there. This goes here. Okay, there we go. Gotcha. All right, and this goes to over. Wait, what? Am I dumb? This goes in the corner like this? Bro, what? Oh, I'm looking at. Oh, I'm fucking dumb. Fuck. Tried to research the game, but I saw gooning comments. It's not a surprise. Yeah, it's good. It's good. But yeah, check the demo. If you don't like the demo, then you're not gonna like the full game. But if you like the demo, then you can go buy it. But maybe PC doesn't have a demo yet. But it's like, I thought it was more gonna be like a DMC game, but it's more Souls. But it's like a mix of DMC and Souls, but it's a bit slower in the movement. But music is like absolutely phenomenal. Story's cool. Set pieces are really cool. Boss fights are sick. Yeah, it's pretty crazy for a first-time AAA game from a studio. Even though Shift Up is obviously massive and they run Nikkei and you know it's a multi-billion-dollar game, but it's still their like first foray into AAA. So, or I guess AA technically. I don't know. It feels like a AAA game. I think that's what it'd be labeled as. But I don't know. Either way. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Know what other game I thought was gonna be like, was excited for, chat, and I talk about it all the time? Wukong. Wukong was another game that I was like, this is gonna be godly, 10 out of 10, as I thought for Stellar Blade, right? But Wukong disappointed even more. If you think if I didn't love Stellar Blade's combat, you should ask me about Wukong's combat, bro. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. What the hell? Is that controversial to say? Don't get me wrong, game is absolutely beautiful. And I'm sure it's probably one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen in my life, like actually. But, oh shit, it was rough. Like, oh, it felt so weird, man. There was no impact. When you're hitting enemies, it didn't feel like you're hitting them. Like, there was just no oomph. And that's, like, pretty important for me. Because when I hit an enemy, I need to feel like my character is doing damage to them and hitting them. And it didn't really feel like all the time. It felt like you were kind of, like, tickling them. Yeah, that was my biggest complaint. For sure. And it wasn't even like a skill issue either, because like I beat, you know, as I didn't finish the game, but I beat a lot of the bosses. It didn't take me too long. Most of them I got through relatively quick. So it's not even like me saying it's too hard, because I think it was a nice difficulty for sure. It's just, yeah, it just lacked the oomph in the combat, which sucks. But yeah, I didn't think it was all that. I was like, guys, I don't think this is like the best game of all time, or like the best action game of all time. Like, I don't know. This is like out of nowhere. I don't know what's happening. I was like, it's good, but I think it was reaching like Persona 5 levels of this is like God's next greatest creation. You know? It was like that level of hype where everybody says, like, you need to play this JRPG, right? It's Persona 5, you gotta play Persona 5, you wanna get into JRPGs, like, play it. It was like that level for, like, action games, it felt like, from groups of people on the internet. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But yeah, chat, Legend of Zelda! Legend of Zelda! Who likes Zelda? That's a cool series that I haven't talked about. When are we gonna get the next mainline game for that? Age of Calamity, or not Age of Calamity, Imprisonment War, or whatever it's called. Had an interview with the creators the other day, the Nintendo creators thing. And the game will be at 60 frames, apparently. which is amazing. And I don't think anybody was doubting that, but that's huge. That's big. That's big stuff. People hype Persona 5 up, but I still like 3 and 4 more. Yeah, P5 I think got too hyped up for me, so my expectations were unimaginable, and so when I played it, it was really good, but it was ruined by people saying it was the greatest thing since, like, the birth of, like, Christ or something. Or since sliced bread. So, I'm not religious, so people might say that's offensive, but like, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It's cool, but alright, there's that. New Warriors games, I'm iffy on. Yeah, the new Dynasty Warriors that came out like last month or 2 months ago, it looks kind of cool, but I'll still get it because it's Zelda. It's, you know, like my favorite series, childhood series, but I'm not necessarily like incredibly excited like I would be for, you know, another Zelda title, or even for Age of Calamity. Because Age of Calamity was fun, but like, Warriors games, man, I've played like 5 of them at this point. I've done Hyrule Warriors, I've done Age of Calamity, I played one of the other ones a while back. I've played, what other spin-off one they made? I don't even remember what it was. I played 4 of them. So this will be my 5th Dynasty Warriors game, bro. I don't know if I really want to play it anymore. It's like, holy fucking shit, dog. It's like, I'm just hitting shit, bro. Like, it's not exciting to me anymore. So, I don't know. And also them not continuing the Tears of the Kingdom, like, story. Like, this is obviously a prequel, but us not getting any DLC or anything after that, it's like, okay, why do I really care anymore? Like, I have no reason to really, like, look forward to this, because the whole thing's done and dusted. We've kind of known about most of the stuff, so this war that we're going to learn about will be cool, but it's not going to be really treading any new ground. And obviously, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And I'm sure I will be, but it's just like, I don't know. This is how I feel about it. But hey, they sell well. It's easy for them to make. It makes them money. It grows the Dynasty Warriors series, and Nintendo gets another Zelda game to post or to release. So, it is what it is. As a Catholic, P5 was the greatest thing since Jesus rose from the dead. No what? Hell yeah. Oh, it's because they sent the email about promoting feminism while streaming, you know, that kind of... Oh, yeah. I saw that. With the Wukong stuff, that was crazy. It's crazy work. I don't know, Morgana I like more than Teddy. I didn't have a problem with Morgana. I didn't have the biggest problem. My bigger problem, chat, was Ryuji. Everybody seems to love Ryuji, but, like... No kids, like, he's annoying, bro. Is that a hot take? That's a hot take, right? Like, I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with the Ryuj. Hold up, this is a pain in the ass. Why did they put this here? It's taking form on his Ryu. Nope, it isn't. Yeah, I don't really love Ryuji. Ryuji was eh. I have a friend. I know some people who will die for Ryuji, and I'm just like, I was like, bro, stop. He's not all that, man. He's kind of annoying. I don't really love any of the characters in P5. Like, none of them, I'm like, none of them, like, stick with me. You know, like, I play games, and maybe the game isn't great, but there's a character I really love. There's none of that in P5 for me, unfortunately. I liked Makoto. That was my romance option, but, like, I don't know, maybe because they're all also, like, high schoolers. Like, that kind of, is a big deterrent, where I'm just like, I don't know, man. I prefer my Final Fantasy, like, 20-year-olds who are my age or older. I don't love the high school setting. Been there, done that. We, you know, it's like it's done. Every anime does that, so it's like I don't really need a game about it. Makoto, my beloved. Yeah, Makoto is my pick, but that makes sense because like I don't know. I'm not a blonde hair lover. I don't love blonde hair, so An was just not for me. Not for me. I like Saye because you know she's an older woman. She is you know a grown woman, so that is definitely 10 billion added points to that. Yeah, Saye was raw. Okay, chat. All right, we're almost there. We're on package 9 out of 23. Jesus Christ. We're bugging with the Predator. Okay, that's just a crazy thing to say. I wasn't, bro. Not in any regard, quite frankly. Sorry to disappoint. If that's unfortunate news to you, but P4 cast is the best of the series, not hot take. I unfortunately have been spoiled on P4 through and through the whole game, so I don't want to play it anymore. Cause I don't want to play a 100-hour game if I know it's going to happen in the end. That kind of sucks. You know. Also, did that just fall on the ground? Yeah, my P4 like playing window was thrown out a while back after I got the game spoiled for me. So I'll save my 100 hours. Talking about Persona, yeah. Yeah, Perbona. Perlona. Also, P3 also got spoiled for the ending of that. It's an old game, you know, 10 years, like, it's like, oh, well, sorry, man, you just remade the game. So, also, that's why I didn't really feel like playing it, like, as it came out, because I was just like, I don't know if I want to put another 80 hours into a game that, once again, I know what happens to the main character and side characters. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that literally ruins, like, the whole game. Like, the whole intrigue of P5, at least, was, like, this mystery unraveling. Right? And the clues unraveling with the mysteries and events happening. And so, like, if you take that away, it's like, it's just an anime game, man. It's just an anime heist. It's like, I don't care. You know? It's like, it doesn't have... Like, that's, like, a huge reason as to why it was so fun. It was unraveling the mystery. When you don't have the mystery, then you lose tension. When you lose tension, you know, character development and plot points also lose tension and lose, importance. So it's just a big shit on the face of the game. So that's also why I'm so big on spoilers with games, even if it's like not that big of a spoiler, because like some motherfuckers are like, it's not a spoiler. It's only a spoiler if like a character dies. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? It's like I don't even want to know that after this cutscene you walk to the store. You know, it's like if I'm in a game and we go to the store after this, and we go to the store to get a sandwich, and then we walk back, like, I don't even want to know that, you know, because once again, like, surprise and not knowing what happens next, no matter how big or small, is like such a big part of enjoying a game for me. So once you ruin that, it's like, okay, now I just don't care. You play F7 OG and still play the remakes though? Well, yeah. But that's because, like, I played Remake and Rebirth. I didn't know what was going to happen in those games. You know, like, I know Aerith dies in the original, but that was the only thing I knew. And I played Remake way before I was on FF7 Twitter or just anything. I knew nothing about FF7 at all when I played Remake. Zero. So I, you know, I grew attached to that before getting, like, spoiled on it, or I grew attached to that from, you know, naturally playing it and learning about the world. So, it's a bit different. Also, the game's not 100 hours, so that's just, like, that also takes a bit away. It's like, I don't want to play 100 hours, bro. Like, that is just so much time. It's so much time. But, yeah. I'll try to watch what I say. Then I forget sometimes smaller details can be spoiled. No, it's okay. It's for, like, when I play a story game that I really care about, I get strict. I get really strict about it. For sure. It's not every game. Like, there's only a handful of games once or twice a year that I get really uptight about spoilers. But it's not that often. Like Final Fantasies and like Zelda games, you know, those are like the exceptions. But you don't get, we don't get those games that frequently. But that's really what it comes down to. Like Kingdom Hearts when that comes out, blah blah blah. But it's like if I'm playing like, I don't even know, like Doom: The Dark Ages, and someone slips up and is like, "Oh, you fight like a dragon." The next boss is like a dragon. And I'm like, okay, well that kind of sucks that I know it, but I'm like, okay, oh well, it's fine. Like that's, I'm not playing the game. I'm not playing Doom for the intriguing story. I'm playing it for the cool music and the visuals and the gameplay, But it depends. Yeah, not allowed to vote the counter system. Yeah, the counter system also sucks. But yeah, I'm just not a Persona guy. That's just what it comes down to. That's okay. No hate against the series. It's just not for me. Not for me. There we go. Huge. We're getting there, chat. What up, Anacole? Hello! The mystery is so good. I'm sorry it got ruined. What, for Persona? Yeah, that's okay. It's alright. It's just one less game I need to play. So I'm kind of, as much as I'm upset about it, it's like, okay, well, makes it a bit easier for me. That's why when I played Rebirth, I was like, if anyone says anything spoilery, you'll be perma-banned. I was like, don't fucking say a thing, bro. And when part 3 comes out, oh my god, it's gonna be sub-only mode. Sub-only mode, like, it's gonna be like, we got them fucking, like, the Mob of the Dead prison. What is Alcatraz? It's gonna be some Alcatraz level security, dog. It's gonna be crazy shit. Only mod every boss, actually. That's why, like, dude, like, Maximilian, dude, like, I pray for that guy playing like, heavy story games. Like, he's super clear about it, but, like, there's still people that will get spoilers through the cracks, right? Like, that, like, oh, that brings me so much stress just thinking about that. 7,000, 8,000 plus, 10,000 people watching you. You're on sub only, and you have mods in the chat, but... Dude, oh god, that would fucking suck. That's why when he streams a lot of his playthroughs, like story-heavy games, he doesn't really chat that much. He glances over, but you can notice that he's way less active, which I get it, right? He's enjoying the game and giving his, like, commentary on the game. But he's way more focused on the game and what he's doing and talking about his feelings about the game rather than taking chat's opinions or advice. Because you kind of have to, or you're going to get it ruined. Oh, so where did that piece go? Down here? Oh, God. Okay. Also, chat, do you think we're going to get a Nintendo Direct before the Switch 2 comes out, or no? Probably not, right? What's like, the next thing we're going to hear about... Like, Switch 2. What's, like, the next Switch 2 game that we want? I don't even know, bro. Like, real shit. We finally made it. Oh, my God. We've made it, chat. Finally. Oh, dude. Oh. Oh, thank you. Oh, my lord, brother. Holy shit, man. 4 hours later. The new mainline Pokemon that doesn't look like dog shit. Yeah, that's true. Alright, so... Oh my lord. I'm thinking... It's only missing its bush. No, there's more than just his bush. There's munching on that shit. So this is Breath of the Wild. I think, honestly, I said I was going to build both. But I think at this point, I still have like 10 plus bags to go. So I might just straight up go Breath of the Wild. Look how big this thing is, dog. Holy shit, this daddy is large. And if we add this, look. And if we, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm throwing shit. Holy shit, dude. My god. My god. Look at the size. Pause. Me when Sephiroth pulls out his Masamune. Okay, minifigure. My nails look gross, don't look. Look how large this shit is, dog. It's massive. Look at my hand. I have big hands. Doesn't really help, but it's a big... Is it heavy? Not really. It almost fell. Oh my god. But okay, look at this, dude. Oh wait, this is the wrong way. I'm an idiot. Oh, this goes here. I'm a fucking dumbass. There you go. That looks... Look. That looks... Oh, it's big. It is big. Okay. Dude, this thing... Oh my god. I don't know if it's gonna fit on the shelf, chat. I'll keep it to stack, bro. Chat, I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't know, brother. Also, I am tired. Oh my god. My posture is fucked. Fucked. I can't speak. I am a bit tired. Jesus. Let's see. Yeah, it's not big enough. Holy shit, dude. Okay, let's see. Maybe, though, maybe... It might be too big. I'm gonna move this over here. I might... The Ocarina version will fit. That is the only... I don't know, chat. I think, though, I could fit it on this side. Hold up, let's see. So if I do this... and I put it here, then it will be... I think that would work. God, this is huge, man. Yeah, I think that might work. Dude, I still have this, too. Oh my fucking god, bro. I'm gonna get the Master Sword this week in chat, so I think... I'm not gonna be able to finish this today anyways. But I will know... if this will be able to fit on there. Because I think with the Master Sword, how big is the Proplica Master Sword? Wait. Hold up. Alright, YouTube, we're stopping here for now. We got up to this point, the intersection of what to build. Next time I stream this, I will finish it. When I come back, I'll have the Master Sword in the background, and I'll be able to figure out which version to do. Other than that, thanks for watching, and look out for part 3 soon. I don't know when, but when this is up, I'll probably be making it on stream. So, goodbye! Enjoy! Hopefully, look at that! Look at the prog for the day! Wow, look at that! That's so cool! That's so cool! That is so awesome. That is so awesome. So awesome. Wow.